and welcome to Health Chat program. This is a program that looks at various issues and other related issues concerning our health. As you may be aware, we look at so many issues and various aspects of our well-being. And so in today's program, we are looking at nutrition vis-a-vis ELENA. What is it that other stakeholders are putting in place to see to it that ELENA's life is enhanced and also have a vibrant life wireless in class? I have a team from World Vision who are going to look at this very critical, important issue to see to it that actually we look around and see how best they are trying to enhance government's effort in what they are doing. And so on my immediate right, I have Gerard Caputo, who is Associate Director, Advocacy. Welcome to today's program.
Thank you.
I also have Malelo Ilukena, who is a Technical Program Manager. Welcome to our studios today.
Thank you and welcome.
And on my far right, I have Daniel Piri, who is Meal Impact Specialist. Welcome to today's program.
Thank you so much.
All right. How is World Vision doing? Mr. Caputo.
Well, I can only say that I think we are doing our level best to ensure that child welfare is taken care of, because this is our core business.
Okay. We are looking at global campaign, to end child hunger and malnutrition. What is this all about?
Yeah, thank you so much, Faith. You may be aware that as World Vision, after 5 years, we have a campaign. We launch a campaign. And we are coming from the time when we had the Ending Child Marriages campaign, which ended. And then when the Ending Child Marriages campaign came to a close, we began identifying some other issues. And we realized that there are various causes of child marriages in our country. And one of the causes is hunger. And what do I mean? In most communities, one of the issues which makes the girl child vulnerable is the issue of hunger. We see a lot of poverty in most communities, and the best alternative for most parents is to sacrifice the girl child so that they are able to feed their families. And apart from what I've just said, globally, hunger and malnutrition is very high in the children. And more so when you look at Zambia as a country, you might recall that we are just coming from reducing malnutrition from 35%, and now we are at 32%. And we still have a lot of obesity and wasting. So this is something that is very, very crucial for us. So this campaign is a campaign where we, as World Vision, decided it's a global campaign. It's happening in many countries. So we made a decision to say that we need to address this critical issue because it has a serious negative impact, or rather serious consequences on the child as well as on the nation. So this campaign is aimed at ending child hunger and malnutrition, and our theme is it takes Zambia to end child hunger and malnutrition. And then what did we want to see in this campaign? First and foremost, we want to see that our children are visible in funding opportunities. We most of the time have neglected this aspect of ensuring that funding towards nutrition is consistent and reasonable. So we want to see to it that our children are visible, their voices are visible when they talk about the need for serious funding towards nutrition, we want that their voices are heard. And basically, we want just to also ensure that a child out there has access to health and nutritious food. So basically, this is what we want to see in this campaign.
Great. Daniel, you're coming from, this point of meal. You are a specialist in, meals and all that. We're looking at this campaign. How does it improve, education outcome for our learners?
Okay, thank you so much. When we talk about school feeding, we are not only looking at the meals that we are providing. We are also looking at other aspects. The school meals actually also boosts the education outcomes, such as enrollment, attendance, and also performance. I would also just want to give you an example of the school meals implementation that we did during the drought response. We saw attendance increasing from 70% to above 90%. And we also maintained a steady performance of about 65%. So we were able to also just see how the learners were able to actively participate in the classrooms. And that really also helped us in achieving our goals.
Okay.
So some of the achievements, like I've mentioned, it's the issue of attendance and also performance.
Great.
Yes.
Madam Malel, we are looking at, the malnutrition levels being at 32%. That is quite huge already.
Exactly.
Yeah. What does, this sort of impact on the children in the long term in terms of health? How does it impact our children?
Well, thank you so much, Faith, for that question. Indeed, the malnutrition levels is quite high in this country. Actually, when we go to specific places, it is even higher than 32% in some provinces.
Okay.
So it really affects, a child, because we want to believe that the development of a child starts even from the time the child is conceived. Depends what the mother is eating, and we all are aware that women are also vulnerable, the most vulnerable with the children. So the malnutrition levels, when they are high, especially in children, it means that the child's growth is affected.
Exactly.
The child's immune system is affected, meaning that the development stages will also be affected. This particular child, even when they get to school, these are children that are not performing very well. These are children that are always lacking behind. Even at home, they could not be doing the activities as other children are doing the activities. So you find that the performance of the child in class is affected, and as I said earlier, the immune system of a child is affected, meaning that different illnesses will affect this child. So when this child is malnourished, you'll see the child having, diarrhea cases increasing, many aspects of the child's health is affected. So really, I think it is very critical that even as society, as a country, we put effort in ensuring that these children from a younger age, their nutritional status is good, because literally the developmental aspect of that child gets affected. Yeah.
Can we talk of different forms of malnutrition? Of obesity, maybe wasting. What other forms of malnutrition are we looking at here?
Well, in Zambia, we have, of course, we've talked about stunting.
Yes.
What could be stunting? Probably, maybe just to say
for
one or two things about stunting is that the child height is lower for age. Okay, so you find the child is very is 5 years,
Yes.
but he's looking like the child is only 1 year. Okay, now it means that it's not only the height that has been affected, so many things within that child's development is affected. We have wasting, as Gerard has said. Wasting, what is wasting? Wasting is the weight of the child against the edge. Okay, so you find the child who is probably 5 years looks so small, you know, in the weight. The scale is really very low, and yet this child is supposed to have probably reached even 9, 10 kg of a child. And we also have the issue of obesity that you have talked about. Now, malnutrition is, you know, we commonly know kwashiorkor,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, marasmus and all those because of different nutrients that are missing in that child's body. Of course, you find for kwashiorkor, this is when a child looks puffish, you know, swollen. When they have reached that stage, really, it means that it is becoming severe.
Advanced.
Okay? The weight of the child is very low, but the child is looking puffish, weak, is not even able to do, you know, even the crying. The child's cry is so weak because of the compromised nutritional status of that particular child. Marasmus is one where the child looks old, you know, like an old man. And yet the child is very, you know, the skin tagger is lost. You know, when you pull your skin, it immediately goes back. You don't even see it. But in a marasmic child, you find even when you touch the skin tagger goes, you know, it takes long to go down. So it really affects, you know, the development of this particular child, which fortunately can easily be corrected if we all work together with the communities.
Great. I know that for sure that World Vision is doing quite great, you know, in that space. We're looking at your contribution. What is your contribution and what are you doing in supplementing, you know, government's effort? Daniel.
Okay, thank you very much, Faith. World Vision has played a vital role in supplementing the efforts of the government school feeding program. We've been able to implement the initiative in 206 schools, and we've reached 160,000 of achieving our target of 100,000. So this activity has been implemented in 10 districts. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Gerard, as an organization, I know you're doing quite a lot in so many spaces. One of it is health, and as we are talking here, we're talking of, you know, nutrition. What awareness strategies have you put in place to see to it that the masses are able to see what you're doing? What have you put in place?
Thank you so much. As an organization, we have lined up various activities to raise awareness about the issue of child hunger and malnutrition. And the activities range from education, advocacy, community engagements, among others. So I must also mention that, for instance, in education, we are building the capacity of communities so that they are able to understand what are the root causes of child hunger and malnutrition. So, for instance, we work through the different departments with colleagues, and one of them is Madam Malelo here. So, through the health and education program, we have, for instance, the Safe Motherhood and Action Groups. These are community groups that talk about these issues. What are the issues? What are the causes of hunger and malnutrition, and how can we best possible address these issues? But apart from that, still in the area of education. We are working with other colleagues through enhanced livelihoods and resilience, where we are imparting knowledge in communities on how to grow nutrient-dense foods. So at community level, we reach out to families, we reach out to the farmers to get to understand what are the rich foods that we need to grow that we can feed our children. And of course, this is one way. The other ways that we are actually using, we are using platforms such as television. Like right now, we are here. We are talking about this important issue. We are also using radio. So we use, for instance, commemorative events. We have the Day of the African Child, and we use this great opportunity. We mobilize children to come and talk about these issues, because these issues actually do affect them more and more. So social media is also another platform which we are using to raise awareness. So we post different messages, and we post different tips to educate communities about issues of child hunger and malnutrition, and how best possible we can address this critical issue. So there are various interventions, activities that we have lined up.
Great. Madam Malem, strategies in place, which you have put in place to see to it that you identify and actually treat these children who are undergoing such kind of ailments. What are you doing?
Well, as World Vision, we always have taken advantage of the already existing structures.
Great.
So that we do not reinvent the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Our number one partner is Ministry of Health.
Okay.
So we ensure that wherever we are working, we work with the health facilities in those areas. As World Vision, maybe you may be aware, we are one of the organizations that are actually supplement government efforts through the Child Health Weeks. We supplement with deworming tablets for the whole country.
Okay.
That is albendazole and bimendazole. And we also supplement with vitamin A. Now, how do we do this? We ensure that in every facility, in every community where we are working with the health personnel. When they are doing assessments, GROW GMP, that is growth monitoring promotion,
Okay.
the weighing of children, because that is the beginning, to ensure that even the mothers are able to appreciate how their child weighs, how their child grows. The moment that child is weighed and the mother is given the information, when you are taking the message out there on the importance of feeding the children with the right foods, then they will take it, because they will know that my child is in danger, or my child is growing well and I need to maintain this weight. So through the government interventions of weighing the children, that is one of the things we do. Apart from that, we have trained the communities on how to use locally available foods to ensure that the food that they give the children is actually nutritious dense. Because what we have realized in most of the communities where we have gone, there's a lot of food. Mm-hmm. And yet, children are malnourished.
Natural foods.
Natural foods.
Okay.
And because now, I think society, I always want to say that during my time, we depended on the natural foods, preserving foods.
Yes.
There's a lot of kandolo now. I remember sometime there was an uproar that why should we eat kandolo? Kandolo is very nutritious, and we can preserve it. Dry the kandolo. Our parents know how to do all these things. So all we do as World Vision is to remind the communities, the families, that with the food that we have, we can actually have nutrient-dense food. So what we do is we health educate them. We give them recipes. For example, we tell them, you can use chihuahua leaves. Okay. You can use groundnuts. You can use the maize that you have. Together, you make, a balanced diet. So in these communities, mothers have the food, but they do not know what this balanced diet is that will ensure the child to grow well. We are always have this mindset thinking that the right food is coming from Lusaka
Yes.
or coming from town or it is jiggies, you know, that really do not give the nutrition that the child needs. So our role as World Vision, we ensure that we sensitize the communities, we give them the right information, the right messages, and not only messages, demonstrate how these foods are prepared. So that at the end of the preparing this porridge, the child receives all the nutrients that are required for the child to grow well.
Madam Malilo, on a lighter note, do we have a recipe book that
Oh,
we
yes.
can go through and just see and check which one we can
Yes.
use for a day?
We do have recipe book, which we can, you know, we share even with our communities. And, you know, when a child is found with malnutrition, when we use that recipe book, from day 1 to day 12, mothers come to a central place
Okay.
where these cooking demonstrations are done by the community.
Right.
Each one brings whatever they bring. If one has meal, one has groundnuts, one has a carpenter, they cook together and feed those children once a day for 12 days. At the end of 12 days, a child who is mild or moderate malnourished will be able to gain 200 grams of weight.
Wow.
And this, you know, is something that we have taught the communities, and we call it positive deviant health.
Great.
This is nutrition, treating and preventing these children from getting malnourished.
Great. We're getting great initiatives there from World Vision. But we are looking forward to this great event.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we can call it, is it a grand finale? I don't know how we can call it. But this is a conference that we're looking, you know, forward to, which is coming or slated. Is it 18th to 19th of September?
Yes.
What is there? What are we looking out for, Daniel?
Okay, so this conference will actually be very important to World Vision, as it is going to create a platform where different stakeholders, the government included, will be able to share knowledge and also best practices.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything that we look out for apart from the stakeholders that are going to be part of it? What else are we looking out for in this, you know, conference? Maybe you can pick it up.
Yeah, yes, please. So this conference, which will be from the 18th to the 19th of September this year in Brazil, is very important. Apart from what Daniel has just explained, it is important because we also want to see the commitments that government should make towards improving the nutrition of the children through the school meals program. So it's also a great opportunity where these commitments are going to be made by the governments, including the other stakeholders from the private sector, because this issue of addressing nutrition, I mean, it involves all the different stakeholders that we know.
Can we mention of stakeholders that we're partnering with in this call? Are there any?
Yes, they are. They are. Well, we have civil society organizations. We have several, and I must mention that the CSO SAN Alliance, as here in Zambia, is one key stakeholder in this issue. The Alliance actually works to ensure that issues of malnutrition are addressed in the country. But we also have the government itself. The government, through the different ministries, and one of them, and in particular when we talk about the issue of school meals, the Ministry of Education is key in this issue. So the Ministry of Education is going to make or submit its commitments towards addressing child malnutrition in order to improve the learning outcomes in children in this country. So government is a key stakeholder in this issue.
Okay. In closing, Daniel, what would be your word to other stakeholders or any other, word of encouragement to the public, what would be your last word?
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So availability of a meal in school should not be seen as charity, but a fundamental right to the learners.
Okay, great. Madam Malen, a word to that mother out there so that we mix the groundnuts and, we do the chiwantu and we do everything in terms of
Exactly.
preserving our natural foods.
Yeah, my last word would be that we are blessed this year that we have a bumper harvest as a country. And as much as we want to earn a living by, selling those products, let's ensure that we reserve enough food because there's enough food for everybody, especially a child. So as mothers, as a mother myself,
Yes.
we want to ensure that our children have enough. We preserve the foods, all those natural foods, that are available in our communities. Let's reserve them preserve them so that we have enough for our children. The school meals, it is indeed, an indicator, a motivator for that particular child. So when a child goes to school and has that meal, it encourages them to get to school. So let's ensure that we preserve the food, keep enough food for all the children. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Kaput, a word to that policymaker who is listening to us right now. What would be your word?
Yeah, my word is that ending child hunger and malnutrition is a moral and a child rights issue. And so we all need to get involved. Government has a role to play to ensure, especially that adequate resources, that is financial resources, are allocated towards school meals so that every disadvantaged child can have access to that meal. And that will help in terms of retention, enrollment, and performance for that child.
Great. Well, thank you so much for appearing on today's set. We were very happy that at least you could come and share with us what you are doing as an organization. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So much.
All right. Well, viewers, we've come to the end of today's program. On set, I had Gerard Caputo, who is Associate Director Advocacy. I also had Malelo Ilukena, who is Technical Program Manager. I also had Daniel Piri, who is Male Impact Specialist, all from World Vision. Let's see to it that we advocate for health issues and health matters, be it online as well as offline. Join us next week as we bring to you another exciting health program. From me, Faith Mutale, and the entire production team, it's goodbye for now.